From the West
Truth is, California just wouldn't be California without Canada.
to the East, and now the South. Louisiana is the latest state trying to bring back tourism loonies. Its Republican lieutenant governor has just returned from a visit to Toronto, Montreal, and Quebec City. And Billy Nungesser joins us now. Mr. Lieutenant Governor, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be with you, my friend.
So tell me, what prompted your Canadian visit?
Well, we love Canada. We have a lot of great friends up there. Every 5 years, I go to the Congrès and bring all those families were kicked out of Canada to reunite with their families from all over. I do it every 5 years. We make many trips up there and sponsor many festivals. We have a great relationship and a lot of friends in Canada, and we want them to know when they're comfortable traveling again, we welcome them back to Louisiana.
So that was the broad message that you had for locals. What were some of the specifics that you wanted to share?
Well, we wanted to let them know, in spite of what our president has said and done, that we love Canadians. We have a great relationship. For me personally, it goes way back. I sold my company to PTI Services out of Edmonton and worked closely with the Canadians for many years and owe a lot of my success to that partnership. I was right at the front of the BP oil spill. The Canadian children sent letters and a box of pennies to save the pelicans. So, and all that Canadians have done fighting forest fires in America, we've just been great friends for so long. It breaks my heart and embarrasses me what our president said about the 51st state. And I just wanted to let them know not everyone in America feels that way. As a matter of fact, I'd say the great many of us have the same feelings I do about those comments.
And what was the response from Canadians when they heard those candid, emotional words from you?
Well, the travel agents say, look, we love Louisiana, but we're not coming there until some said he apologizes or he's out of office. And I don't blame the Canadian people. I'd be mad too. But it runs deep, their anger. And we served Tabasco ice cream at the train stations. And the people couldn't have been nicer, but the same response from the people was their dislike for the president and his comments and the tariffs. But as I was welcomed by everyone, and just like we treat you in Louisiana, they treat you like family in Canada. And that's why I love the Canadian people. They're welcome, warm, and polite.
And talk to me about how important the Canadian visitors are in terms of the dollars that are spent, those tourist dollars. How important are they to your state?
It's huge. It's our largest international market, and our numbers are down, not as much as other states. But what I tried to tell in my letter to the president and to our politicians back home is Canadians book trips way out. So we haven't felt the full effect of this boycott of America. And other than telling them we love them in Louisiana, I can't blame them. Yeah. I'd be angry too. So other than just coming up there to visit our friends and let them know when they are comfortable again, we welcome back to Louisiana. But I think it's going to be a long term, either to this president apologizes or he's out of office. And the odds of him apologizing, I don't think he does that very often.
I think you're right. Now, you've been in office since 2016. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, I tell you, Ronald Reagan, my favorite president, always said Canadians are our best friend. They're our neighbor, and you should treat them just like you treat your next door neighbor. And there's no comparison there with Ronald Reagan and his diplomat, the way he treated our neighbors, not only there, around the world. So it's very difficult being a Republican my whole life, and having to stand up and say the truth, because not many people do. People are scared to speak out, and that's unfortunate.
Now, are you feeling that pressure as a Republican, feeling that you have a different vision on this file than your president? What is the message that you want to give to Donald Trump?
He needs to apologize. It was something off cuff that he shouldn't have said, and send the same message to our Congress, our senators and congressmen. I like people to tell me when I make a mistake or do something wrong, and I'm a big boy. I can apologize and fix it and move forward. And but we need more people to speak out when they disagree. You should be able to disagree with the president respectfully and let him know what you feel without being punished or threatened. And so that's something we really need to fix in this country.
Well, the American ambassador to Canada has been on a little bit of a listening tour as well. And when faced with that same anger, that same offense that was taken by Canadians to the 51st state language, he in turn took offense, saying that his guy, as he said, hasn't made a comment like that in a very long time and that Canadians should just move on. What do you say to that?
The ambassador needs to apologize for those comments as well. He ought to be up there apologizing, saying he's sorry. Remember, he's the diplomat to work with the Canadians and the Americans, and for him to be offended offends me. So no, that was the wrong message. But yeah, it's disheartening.
Mr. Lieutenant Governor, how would you characterize this disagreement within the big tent of the GOP? Is it as simple as that? People who share the same values who are disagreeing on this one file, or is it, as I've read, a schism within the GOP?
Well, I think it's the reason I support open primary in America, because if you cross the line or you speak out, you get primaried out by the far right candidate. And that's why a lot of people are fearful to speak out about anything that disagrees with the administration. You got to have people being able to speak up, cross party lines, and speak and not be punished for it. And we see that in the primaries in America all over now. But it's on both sides. If you had open primary, you could come to the middle and agree. The same reason we're facing a country shutdown by not being able to pass a bipartisan bill to fund the government here. It's people on both sides. If they come together and compromise, their party wants to get rid of them. It's not the way it should be.
Louisiana, heavily Republican state. You yourself are a Republican, but your Surgeon General just pushed back on the White House claims of a link between Tylenol and autism. Do you fear any blowback from Washington over these conflicting issues?
Oh, absolutely. Let me tell you, if you're going to be in public service, you got to be in public service and not worry about the political outcry. When I ran for office, I didn't run because I needed a job. So whatever happens, happens. I'm always going to speak what I believe is the right thing in my heart. And there again, the Tylenol issue, it's not something the president calls a press conference at the White House for. And you leave that to the medical doctors, to the people that know all the research and weigh those risks. So there again, it's something that didn't need to be done by the president, I believe.
Well, we've seen the White House order National Guard to some American cities. Your governor supports the idea in New Orleans, despite statistics showing that violent crime is down. Do you see those troops being deployed to New Orleans anytime soon?
No, I tell you this, the governor put the state police in the French Quarter in New Orleans and has done a great job making it safer with that state police troop NOLA in the French Quarter. Remarkable turnaround in crime. The right way to do it is to fund. If the president wants to make the city safer, send some more money for local police and state police. That's a long-term solution to crime. Sending the guard down for a short period of time, in my opinion, is not going to fix an overall problem where we have shortage of police. We've got some work to do on keeping criminals behind bar where judges let them out. But it's not just sending a force of National Guard into a city that's going to change that around. So I think there's a better way to do it.
Billy Nungesser, we appreciate your time today. Thank you very much, sir.
Come see us in Louisiana when you feel comfortable.
Thank you.